Welcome to part 2 of how to build a Pico computer. This time, we're going to build one without any soldering. But first, let's talk about how you can get a Pico computer. This is an open source project. All the files you need to have one manufactured have been released. Everything you need to know to do so is in the documentation. I'm also making these videos to supplement that information. Getting electronics manufactured is incredibly easy. You send the design files to a factory, tell them how many you want, and then wait for them to send you your product. Some places have a minimum quantity, but others, like the sponsor of this video, can assemble a single unit. That's right, you can have PCBWay assemble just one of something, and it's not expensive. As of today, the assembly fee for a single Pico computer is $30. For two, it's $15 each. So I asked them for two, but I don't need two, so stick around to the end of the video to learn what I'm doing with the second one. Let's get started. Here's everything we need to finish the build. The silicon comes from Mouser, who ships worldwide. The acrylic sheets are a common size used for photographs, so that's easy to find. Screws and standoffs are nothing special. These standoffs are 3D printed, but you can buy commercial versions as well. The only tools I have is a knife to open the package, a screwdriver for assembling the case, and something to straighten the IC pins. Let's open the box. It took some restraint not to tear this open the moment it arrived. I don't even have a script for this part. PCBWay. Oh, got some bubble wrap. We can have fun with that later. Here's some extra boards. And here's what I'm looking for. Sorry about the mic noise. Everything here is going to make crackling sounds as I move it. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Oh yeah. That looks just right. Okay, let's put one together. The first thing you should do is a visual inspection. Just a quick check to make sure nothing bad happened during transit. Okay, everything looks good. So now we install the Pi Pico used for VGA. This Pi Pico came with the header pins already installed. So there's no soldering, but you still need to install the firmware. To load the firmware, hold the boot select button down while plugging it into a computer. It will look like a USB drive to the computer. Copy the VGA UF2 file to the drive, and it's done when the LED turns on. I've already done that, so this is ready to install. Repeat the same process for the other Pi Pico, except this time you'll use the RIA UF2 file. In it goes. Now plug in the rest of the ICs. The part numbers are on the back of the board. New ICs need their pins straightened or they won't quite line up with the sockets. You can use pliers or a table or one of these fancy tools. These are used, so they're already straightened. I know where they all go, so I don't need to look on the back. The orientation of these does matter. There's notches on the ICs that match notches on the sockets that match notches on the circuit board. If you didn't buy materials for a case, stick some rubber feet on the bottom and call it done. I have parts for a case though. This is come here. This is 100 by 150 by 3mm acrylic I got from eBay. You can buy it pre-cut, but you'll have to drill the 3mm holes yourself. I've already done that. All you do is stack everything and snug up the bolts. It's easier to show. And we're done. No soldering. Let's power it up and see if it works. I'll plug in a keyboard, monitor, and power. And there it is. Uh-oh. Oh, we got a problem. The problem is me. That chip is wrong. Oh, now I gotta take this whole thing apart and fix that. That is not fun. The lighting here is pretty dismal. I don't know, can I get in there and do it with a pair of pliers? Let me see. Oh, this is so embarrassing. This is my own fault. I'm going to try doing this without removing the plastic. Oh, my bad. There we go. Okay, well, let's go again. Okay. There we go. Yep. I keep making all these mistakes today. I don't know what's going on. Some of you might be wondering if this is really as easy as I make it look. It really is. If you design for manufacturing, then send your design for manufacturing. Why wouldn't it be? We've been building electronics like this for 50 years. Even a project with surface mount devices is easy to get manufactured. Now, making the design files isn't easy, but I've already done that, so all you have to do is send them off to be made. That's worth repeating. I've done all the work so anyone can make this anywhere in the world. I've also done all the programming and documentation so far, and I've made everything open source. So if you build a Pico computer, consider joining me on Patreon or giving a super thanks here on YouTube. There's one more thing before I end this video. I asked PCBWay to send me 2 assembled boards. I want one for obvious reasons. The other one is being given away to a viewer. I'll pick a random comment in a couple weeks, and for every 100 comments, I'll pick more winners for an empty circuit board. Check the description for details, and thanks for watching.